to find what you're searching for, to express yourself and discover your path. At the University of New Mexico, what you experience today inspires tomorrow. Your time is now. Embrace it and live in the moment. We are New Mexico.
You are watching ESPNU College Football Prime Time, presented by 5 Hour Energy. This is the SEC on ESPN, a red, white, and blue out here in Little Rock, Arkansas. 362 yards of total offense over the course of 44 plays. 3 touchdowns they scored in the first half, a 4th coming on special teams. They are firmly in control of this one. Glad you're back here with us. Rob Stone and Danny Cannell. 3 3-and-outs pitched by the Arkansas defense. Firmly in control offensively. So as we put our forward focus on this game, what do these two programs need to do as we begin the third quarter?
Well, I think when you look at Arkansas, they've got to turn this into a type of preseason game. But for New Mexico, they want to just try to make it competitive. They've got to go back to some of the things that worked for them early. And that was get Austin involved, get the running game going, try to work that tempo, get Arkansas back on their heels, get guys like Lamar Thomas involved. And then defensively, they did get an interception. They picked off Tyler Wilson, and they actually got their hands on quite a few balls. They just need to convert on them and make those types of turnovers. Then for Arkansas, it's really, you work on your depth, you start working situations, you work your running game at times. But basically, you just want to get guys work. It basically turns into a scrimmage type situation.
Good news for the Lobos. They will receive here to start the second half and try and get some momentum on their side. They had a strong first quarter, trailing only 7-3 at one point. Lamar Thomas across the 25, and that's about where New Mexico will start here in the second half. We go down on the field, and Maria Taylor. Hi, Maria. Maria, we'll get back to you. Some technical difficulties there. As the Lobos led onto the field again by the sophomore, Tarian Austin. 4-year starter in high school at Hillsborough High in Tampa, Florida. This just his 4th career start. New Mexico, their goal, trying to get up to 6 victories this season. They've had just 1 over the course of the last 2 seasons. Austin, quick completion to the right. There's Lamar Thomas, who's really been their offensive go-to guy thus far tonight. A nice pickup on first down will bring up second, appears to be 2 yards.
Yeah, that's the thing that jumped out at me looking at New Mexico's roster, their lineup of guys. They've got a lot of guys who played at other programs, big-time programs. This Lamar Thomas was an Ohio State transfer. They've got Dion Long, who was a West Virginia transfer. So they've got some guys that can play.
And some talented JUCO transfers who are new to the program as well. Well, that'll bring up 3rd and probably 3 now. And now, let's see what.
I can't hear you.
Jerry Franklin, the middle linebacker, with the tackle.
When you're in this situation as New Mexico, you're really just playing for pride. I mean, you want to try to make this game respectable at this point.
3rd and 3 for Austin and company from the shotgun. Looking for just their 2nd 3rd down conversion. Play clock winding down. Pressure off the edge. He is crunched as he unleashed that one. Jericho Nelson, the outside linebacker, has laid some wood on Austin.
Jericho Nelson is a guy that Willie Robinson singled out and said he's a guy that's a great blitzer. You see him here coming off the edge. Austin didn't see him coming, had to get rid of it. Those type of blows, they add up on a quarterback. The more you take those, the going to throw off your timing, your confidence, and it just makes it a long night. 4th
3-and-out by the Arkansas defense. Wade and Adams back. This is Wade across the 40 and then thrown backwards when he reached the 45. And let's see who the quarterback is. And it looks like it'll be
Brandon Mitchell. I think they're going to make the switch and get, you talk about getting depth, getting guys experience, and Brandon Mitchell's a guy who is in a competition for the starting quarterback job with Tyler Wilson. He's a guy they need. This is a rough conference, as everybody knows. You've got to have two guys that can play at the quarterback position just in case.
Last week he was 10 of 11 for 104 yards through the air, and they'll go to the air on his first play here. And it'll be off the right mitt of Greg Childs. Childs still looking for his first reception. There's the numbers of Mitchell. 6'4" is important because he was originally a basketball recruit to LSU. He committed to LSU as a sophomore to the Louisiana native. And then Arkansas somehow got into the mix late and was able to pull him here to the Natural State. D'Anthony Curtis, his tailback to his left, will go to the air. To the left and complete. Kobe Hamilton spun forward after the initial tackle. Gain of 9. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
You know, it's great to watch an offense and see the execution almost identical. I know it's early and Brandon Mitchell's only been in there a few plays, but you just look at them dropping back. They look like they're very similar, the reads they're going through. And for an offensive coordinator like Garrick McGee, it makes your job a lot easier. We can call plays confidently.
3rd and short. It's like the footing was lost early on that run by Curtis. And he'll be just short of the first down. And Arkansas is going to go for it. Ronnie Wingo checks back in at tailback. Arkansas still without a punt this evening. So Petrino and company relay the calls in.
It's another opportunity for them to, establish themselves as a physical offensive line.
Fullback cuts to the right. Tight end in motion. Give to Wingo to his right. First down.
And you look at situations. We talked about the second half. I mean, that's a situation there. It's 4th and short, and they look at it and they say, hey, we might have to make this type of conversion in a critical situation. Let's practice it here when there's some form of pressure with all the lights on.
We brought that question up to offensive coordinator Garrick McGee. What would you do in a situation where you might have the luxury to have a nice lead? He said, you may see our quarterback just throw 6 in a row. You may see 6 or 7 consecutive gives to a running back like Wingo. And Wingo, a stiff arm, taken down inside the 15, down at the 13. A huge pickup for the junior from St. Louis. 29 yards on the carry. Deshaun Marmon there to finally bring him down.
Out of the shotgun, the pistol formation. Give Ronnie Wingo a chance. He makes a couple cuts. Nice ones inside. Finally brought down, but I think this is a drive where they might even try to finish this off.
Again, the running game was a priority this week. The staff very disappointed in how the runners attacked. But they go to the air, they go to Adams. Adams a little leapfrog and then gang tackled inside the 10. We're going to call his progress at about the 7, looks like. Montez Barr and others on the tackle. There's Barr, the redshirt freshman from Washington, D.C. Mike Loxley has been known through the years as a very talented recruiter. He's from the D.C. area. You see a lot of D.C. players on this roster. This is a team that, despite going 1 win in their last 2 seasons, does appear to be headed in the right direction. Mitchell, complete. Legs cut out of Colton Miles Nash, just shy of the end zone.
This is a play, Rob Stone. Believe it or not, I ran at Florida State 45 naked. Quarterback comes out after the play fake. You try to find a tight end and try to let him make a play for you.
Why don't you think I would believe that?
I don't know. I mean, because he had ran outside the pocket. I was a little more statuesque back there in the pocket.
Because you're running 11-minute miles with me these days?
Pretty
is that
much.
Why?
That is.
1st and goal. Cody Walker Back in the fullback, Kiro Small. Walker, another short touchdown run for the true freshman.
Well, Cody Walker is going to be the beneficiary of a lot of touchdowns if they get it down there in the red zone, because he is their goal line back. And this offensive line is doing a great job getting some push at the point of impact and giving him a lot of leeway to run through.
So Cody Walker, the true freshman, had 2 one-yard touchdowns last Saturday. 7 days later, another pair of one-yard touchdown runs. All Arkansas here in Little Rock. No gain on 2nd and 8, so 3rd and long approaching for the Lobos.
And another opportunity for this Arkansas defense to get that goal of getting a 3-and-out. You know, they're tired of having a mentality of, hey, let's don't give up big plays. Now they want to be in attack mode. Get the ball back in their offense's hands.
4 3-and-outs already thrown by the Arkansas defense. They may be eyeing a 5th here. Austin rolling to his right. He'll get around the edge and get a first down and ducks out of bounds just shy of the 35. They'll mark him out at the 34. A nice pickup courtesy of the legs of Austin. And Austin, the 3rd quarterback in Loxley's 3 years to start a season opener. Obviously, Danny, that's a position you'd like a little more stability in.
I mean, this is the one play tonight that they've been able to have a little bit of success, and that's when he gets outside the pocket. He can move that ball up the field with his legs. I think that's one thing Arkansas has done a great job of most of the night, is containing him inside.
Austin, just 3 carries tonight. Last week, he had 25 rushes. Second and 13. And maybe back to the original line of scrimmage was Lamar Thomas. Jerry Franklin, the middle linebacker, there with the tackle. Franklin has led the team in tackles the last 3 years. And number 34 there, the quiet leader. As the coaching staff told us, he may be quiet, but doesn't mean you want to mess with him.
It's usually the case for those strong, silent types. You don't want to try to rile them up.
3rd and 8 for the Lobos as Austin looks to the sideline. 2 wideouts to his left. Step up. Might have lost his footing there at 35 and falls forward to about the 37. Jericho Nelson there with the tackle. Fantastic blitzer is Nelson. Last week had 3 tackles and an interception. No turnovers yet, though, by Mike Loxley's offense as the punt team comes out, and the dangerous return duo of Marquell Wade and Joe Adams sit out there for the Razorbacks. There's Adams. He returned 2 punts for a touchdown last week. Low punt. Takes a bounce at the 35 and a Lobo roll inside the 30. So again, no punt return opportunities. First drive, he drove the Razorbacks 55 yards over the course of 8 plays. It was punctuated by another 1-yard touchdown run by Cody Walker. Brandon Mitchell and Tyler Wilson were in a fairly tight quarterback battle. It was only announced 2 weeks ago that Wilson would be the starter. The coaching staff admitted they probably knew that answer a couple weeks prior, but they have a lot of faith in Mitchell as he pitches it to Wingo. And a flag on the play.
Ronnie Wingo around the left side. There's a flag on the play.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, number 49, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's a big one. Third penalty tonight on New Mexico.
You know, Rob, you talked about the quarterback competition and the fact that the coaches probably knew it was going to be Tyler Wilson, but coaches like trying to put you in a stressful situation to try to, you know, create a sense of pressure, a sense of stress, so that you have to rise to the challenge. And if you play quarterback in the SEC, you're going to have times when you're faced with a lot of stress, so that if you succeed in a challenge, a competition, you most likely will succeed when you're faced with it in a live situation.
Mitchell, the keeper, across midfield. Anthony Hooks with the tackle, pickup of 5, and there's a look at Tyler Wilson, who just seconds ago trotted onto the field for the first time here in the second half, on the sideline right now. And there's a look at Jake Beckett, the very talented defensive end. He is in civilian clothes. He is done for the evening. Saw him leave earlier on with either an ankle or a knee injury. No need to push the issue right now with this advantage. Mitchell under center. They go to the power I. The give to Wingo. And Wingo down at the 45. That'll bring up a 3rd and short after the pickup of 4 yards for Wingo, who's in his 8th career start, still seeking his first career 100-yard game.
You know, going back to Tyler Wilson coming out the field a little bit late at halftime, you got to remember when he tucked his shoulder down and got that touchdown, that was his last play before the half, and that was a physical play. And you wonder if he was in there getting some sort of treatment or just a little bit of extra attention from the medical staff. And right now, he looks like he's done for the night.
Yeah, that was an 8-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. First down for Arkansas as Wingo goes over the pile. This third quarter really ticking away here as we approach 4 minutes left. Up next for Arkansas, a home date with Troy, and they head to Tuscaloosa, take on Alabama. Anthony Curtis, the tailback. Mitchell running to his left. Gets around the corner and then drops right at the sticks. And we go down to Maria.
Well, guys, Niall Davis may be out with an ankle injury all season, but I have really seen him being a coach on these sidelines. I have seen Wingo and Walker come over and talk over plays after they come out on the sideline, so it seems like he's really being supportive of the other running backs on the squad.
Well, the running back squad needed a little boost after what they did last week. The coaching staff saying they need to do a better job hitting the holes. Last week, they weren't attacking, they were floating. Challenged them this week to be more aggressive. Expected them to play with more violence. 26 rushes, 152 yards for the Razorback offense tonight.
Niall Davis was actually voted as a team captain before he got hurt. I mean, a lot of people looked at this Arkansas team when he went down and said, uh-oh, what is this going to mean to this team? But I think a team like this, they're pretty resilient, they're tough, they're mentally, they realize guys get hurt. You see Niall Davis is going to support the guys that are out there now, and it's just part of playing the game of football. You lose guys, and you have to have young guys step up.
Brandon Mitchell, the sophomore from Louisiana, at quarterback now. There's Cody Walker. Has 4 one-yard touchdown runs already this season. 2 last week, 2 tonight. Mitchell, wonderful protection. And in and out of the hands again of Greg Childs. And Childs had season-ending patella tendon surgery in the 8th game of last season. Probably would be in the NFL right now if he didn't have that surgery. Was the team's leading receiver before he left. Last week, 2 grabs for 29 yards, a big target. Was the quote-unquote best receiver, so to speak. Well, he is having a rough go of things tonight. And Coach Petrino reminding him of it. 3rd and 1. They've converted 50% of their 3rd down opportunities tonight, and that number will be improved. And Wingo lost the ball at the end at the 15. Dante Caro with the strip and the recovery. Now, the second turnover of the evening on Arkansas.
Ronnie Wingo on a short yardage situation actually pops through, gets to the second level, trying to find the end zone. But from the backside, a nice strip by Caro at the end of that play. And that's when, as a running back, you've got to be most concerned. When you're trying to get those extra yards, you've got to secure that ball with 2 hands.
Well, that was a blind hit. Wingo didn't see that coming. Another turnover. New Mexico trying to capitalize. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Austin surges across the 20 towards the 22. Positive gain on first down of 6 yards. 2nd and 4 as New Mexico tries to pick up the pace here. Down 35, about 2.5 left in the 3rd quarter. Rarely do you see Austin under center. That's where he is right now. Difficult ball for Rogers to handle. He didn't have a shot, and good pressure there by Alfred Davis.
You know, you noticed it, Rob. Austin under center that time, drop back, and it just throws off things a little bit. If you're a guy who's used to the shotgun formation, you're just a little bit different. When you get those swings coming out of the backfield, it's a different angle for you to throw them.
3rd and 4, 3 wideouts for New Mexico. Austin across the middle, that's Kirk. That'll be a first down for the Lobos, a much needed first down for New Mexico. Jerry Franklin with the tackle, and we send it to the studio.
All right, let's check in Gainesville, Florida, taking on Alabama. Birmingham, Chris Rainey, more than 100 yards on the ground, 19 yards for his score, 32-0 Florida.
No issues for the 18th ranked Gators. Florida D last week only allowed 137 yards of offense to a overmatched Florida Atlantic team that got run in East Lansing earlier today.
Charlie Weiss is going to find a way to get Chris Rainey and Jeff Demps the ball coming out of the backfield. Those two will give defensive coordinators fits.
2nd and 7 for the Lobos. Rogers the give. Oh, nice cut. And taken down. They'll mark that at the 38.5, 39. Jerry Franklin and Elton Ford on the tackle for the Razorbacks. There's Ford, the senior from Alpharetta, Georgia. 2,000 yards of offense accumulated, including 300 through the air, and we're going to add to that total. Broken tackle, a little burst of speed from Hamilton, and Hamilton is gone. Touchdown, Arkansas.
The coaches said Kobe Hamilton plays big when they come to Little Rock, and he did not disappoint. Feels very comfortable in this atmosphere, catches a quick hitch, one move, and then the Jets are turned on, and nobody's going to catch him. Kobe Hamilton, the coaches also said he had the best training camp out of the whole wide receiving crew.
His 6th touchdown in 5 Arkansas games here at Little Rock. And this isn't even a guy from Arkansas. 38 unanswered points for the Razorbacks as they have just completed their 4th touchdown drive of 70 or more yards that took less than 2 minutes. That is downright frightening. Kobe Hamilton, the last one to get into the end zone tonight. 5 grabs, 132 yards, and a touchdown through 5 games in Little Rock. And we're not done yet. 6 scores, 508 yards. That is sick.
That's the thing that's impressive about this Arkansas offense. They get big plays, but they don't have to throw the ball necessarily too far down the field. You give guys quick hitches, get it in their hands, and let them make some moves, and they can absolutely just gut you. Don't get me wrong, Petrino doesn't mind throwing it down the field either.
Hocker sends it into the Little Rock Knight. This will be long at the 5. 20, 25 and dropped at the 26. And we go down field level, and Maria Taylor.
Hey guys, we were talking to offensive coordinator Garrick McGee about how he's going to deal with having 4 players that could start in the wide receiver position. But remember, he told us it's not about the playing time. It's about who's in when the game's on the line. Might not be on the line now, but obviously there's a couple of players that could go in and make a game-winning play.
And Maria, we were talking to him about that yesterday, also saying to him and to his quarterback, Tyler Wilson, you know, so many wideouts, so many guys who want the ball. What's the advocating been like during practice, on the sidelines? He said really hasn't been existent at all. These guys just want to make plays and win. And they're doing both tonight as Austin escapes, runs out of bounds at the 33 after pickup of 6. Hamilton, Adams, right, awfully impressive. But the concern here has to be, where is Greg Childs and his game right now? Numerous drop balls from Childs and 0 receptions for the senior from Warren, Arkansas. Low snap, handled well. Man in his face, gets it out. And another completion, this one to Michael Scarlett, the senior from Albuquerque. He runs that one up to the 39, and that'll be a first down.
You know, Greg Childs is a guy that, you got to remember, he's coming off a major knee surgery. I know the coaches said the last couple weeks of training camp he was getting back to full speed, but you know, it takes time to get in that football shape, to get in the tempo of the game, and just to start seeing things feel comfortable out there. I'm sure he'll be fine down the road. I wouldn't even be surprised if you see Childs back on the field at some point just to try to get him the ball in his hands and get some of that, you know, some of those kinks out.
Austin steps up, will run it. Clipped from behind, taken down at the 40.
Austin on the carry.
1.5. Lonnie Gosha, number 48, the freshman with the tackle. One of about 7 guys who will see significant playing time at that defensive tackle position. 2nd and 7 for the Lobos. New Mexico looking for their first road win in over 3 years. They're going to have to keep searching, it looks like. That one at the ankles of the tight end, Lucas Reed.
Lucas Reed, incomplete. 3rd and 7
for New Mexico right now. You hear that, man, head coach Mike Loxley. What are you saying to the guys in cherry and silver?
Well, it's got to be very frustrating, and you know, at this point you're just trying to keep team morale up, try to get something positive, try to keep, you know, them from losing their focus. I mean, you've seen a couple plays there, looks like they're getting a little bit disinterested, but you want to remind them, hey, this is a chance for us to get better. Every play should be a teaching point or something to try to do something positive.
Well, they got a big test next Saturday as they host Texas Tech. Free play here could be complete to Ty Kirk. Kirk, a guy who really caught the attention of the Arkansas defensive staff looking at the film of their loss last week to Colorado State, a game that they really feel like they should have won. Penalties, they had 3 lost fumbles, including 2 in the red zone. Defense showed up. You know, Mike Loxley, just 2 wins as a head coach there, as he is in the early stages of his 3rd year, having to deal with scholarship reductions, with probation that were not part of his regime. They're just now off, but they're still 15 scholarships shy of where they should
Offside.
be.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
He's a very aggressive recruiter. You see a ton of transfers from major programs and the JC ranks. And as disheartening as this loss may be, down 42 right now, you do get the sense that there are some baby steps going in the right direction. Austin across the middle, incomplete again. So Austin now 15 of 28 for 162 yards. Ross Rasner, the outside linebacker there to make sure that was an incompletion. Punt team comes on. Marquell Wade and Keontae Minor back for Arkansas.
Markwell Wade,
These guys are begging for a punt to
and
come to them.
Keontae Minor.
So no Joe Adams out to field this punt. This will be the 9th punt of the evening for the Lobos, and they strike a conventional one that'll bounce inside the 20, take a Lobo roll inside the 15 and down at the 14. LSU in action tonight versus Northwestern State. We'll have an update from the studio when we return. ESPNU College Football Primetime is presented by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy fixes tired fast. Visit 5hourenergy.com.
The Palmer and Pollock Show, Mondays at 1 and 9 on ESPNU.
Well, that kicking cone is gonna smack you right. Punch you in the mouth, don't put up a fight. Hide crispy onions from way out west. Don't nab it, hot dab it, that chili's the best. Creole sizzle with a bacon and blue. I done reaching for my hatchet, let's split it in two. Mean blue cheese, say please, please, please. That BLT will bring it to your knees.
The new Kickin' Coney and Bacon and Blue Dog. Giddy up. Get your premium beef hot dog on for just $1.99. This is how you Sonic.
The first generation of 3D TV. It had to get better. Introducing Vizio's Theater 3D. Leave behind the expensive battery-powered glasses, the screen flicker, the darkened picture. Just put on the same glasses you use in the theater and enjoy. The next generation of 3D TV from Vizio. Entertainment freedom for all.
It's time for the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Your last chance for incredible deals on the best machines of 2011. Get up to $1,000 in rebates and financing as low as 2.99% on legendary Sportsman, powerful Rangers, and razor-sharp razors. Hurry to your local participating Polaris dealer and get up to $1,000 in rebates and financing as low as 2.99%. The Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance, going on now while supplies last.
Everybody does something different to ensure they're in the right state of mind on fantasy football draft day. In our league, Johnny always wears his high school jersey. Sam clears his mind with yoga. So I decided I needed to do something to get myself in the right state of mind. Conduct my draft in the bath.
ESPN Fantasy Football. It's not too late to sign up for free.
Dude, you're leaking.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it.
And he's Schroff with his Sports Center in-game Texas, playing BYU for the first time since 1988. Cody Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, giving the Longhorns a 1-point lead. Meanwhile, LSU and Michael Ford giving Northwestern State the business, 35-3 in Baton Rouge.
LSU at number 2 in their land, the best ranking for that program since they finished number 1 in 2007. Arkansas will see LSU at LSU in their final regular season game, November 25th. Boy, that one could be worth a lot of marbles when it's all said and done.
The old battle for the boot.
I like it. Very little, if anything, there for Cody Walker.
You know, you could even look at this Arkansas team and say, all right, if they go on the road to Alabama and LSU, even if they split those games and go 1-1 and run the rest of the table and get back in that SEC title game, I still think there's a situation where that is a strength of schedule situation where Arkansas, if they could pull that off, it still could be a situation. I think they would deserve a shot at the national title.
Well, I'm sure your fellow experts have had a lot of conversations where it is very easy to see a 1, maybe even a 2-loss team as your national champion this year.
2, I think, is stretching it, but 1, I think, is a done deal. And it is a hot topic on the experts. A lot of people thinking Boise State deserves their shot, but when I look at Boise State's schedule and I compare it to an Arkansas's or to an Alabama's or an LSU or anybody else really in the SEC, I mean, they have a 1-game schedule, Boise State does, and then it's a cakewalk. I mean, it's a homecoming schedule from there on out. And I just feel like they need to bump up their level of play, their competition, before they deserve that shot.
First down there. Boise State will wrap up their regular season December 3rd taking on this New Mexico team. ESPNU is the home for passionate college football fans, which we have displayed over the last couple weeks ad nauseum. Well, our experts will break down the top schools, the top games in a weekly 3-hour special. The experts 1 Eastern and 7 Eastern right here on ESPNU. What do you think the top 2 topics right now are for the experts if you were in the producer chair?
I think a lot of it will be around Mark Richt, the hot seat. There will be a lot more of probably Notre Dame, Michigan, how the end of that game turns out. And I think Auburn is going to deserve a lot of discussion after their win against Mississippi State. But I will give a first-hand report of this Arkansas team and how strong they look.
What will you speak up about them?
I mean, they've been very impressive tonight. You know, they haven't played the perfect game. They've got some things to go back and teach off of, but this offense is really impressive. The defense is much improved. And I think it is a situation where you look at teams that could be the dark horse candidates for a national title. I think this is one of them.
How do you defend this team properly in your eyes?
Good luck. I mean, you got 4 Biletnikoff Award wide receivers out there. I mean, the one thing I think you're susceptible to is if you can put Tyler Wilson on his back. I mean, that's always been the neutralizer to a high-powered offense. If you disrupt the quarterback's timing and get him on the ground, that could throw a wrench into it. But look at tonight. They did a great job protecting both he and Brandon Mitchell.
8 different Razorbacks with receptions tonight. Kobe Hamilton having the biggest game at yard-wise with 132 yards off 5 grabs. Joe Adams, though, with the most receptions with 6 for 78 yards.
Here's the dilemma, though. If you say, all right, we got to get after the quarterback, you better hope you can do it with only 4 down linemen
Mitchell
rushing.
to the tight end, Austin Tate, the sophomore from Harrison, Arkansas, a lifelong Razorback fan, is the 6'6" Tate. Dallas Bolema with another tackle.
That's another Arkansas Razorback.
1st and 10 from the 44 for the Razorbacks, trying to hit the half-century mark. Out of bounds at the 49 is the true freshman Cody Walker, who has 2 one-yard touchdowns tonight. Tim Foley there with the tackle.
It's good to see him get a chance to improve his yards per carry because he hasn't had that many opportunities that are longer than a yard.
Well, they're productive carries.
They are.
He's now at 13 yards on 7 carries. He'll get another touch. Oh, nice little dancing and a quick spin there at the 46, leaning down to the 45 for another first down. Martez Barr with the tackle. We welcome you to College Football Primetime, presented by 5 Hour Energy, live from Little Rock, Arkansas War Memorial Stadium. And the Razorbacks on the cusp of going 2-0. Rob Stone, Danny Cannell, Maria Taylor here with you. And now they might get more right here. A quick little burst of speed. And a tackle there by Deshaun Marmon. Mitchell, their second-string quarterback, has been in charge for the entire second half. Tyler Wilson went the first half, 18 of 26, ran for a touchdown, threw 1 interception, 259 yards. And now Arkansas over 600 yards of total offense. They're at 607 and counting. More from the big back as he goes to the left side. Out of bounds at the 22.
Here's a look at Kobe Hamilton, who has had an outstanding night, showing his field awareness, taking the ball underneath, making a couple guys miss, and once he gets to the outside, he can tack on those yards after the catch. And talk about yards after the catch. Makes a couple guys miss. That is a quarterback's best friend. All you have to do is show him those short passes and let him do the rest of the work.
5 grabs for 132 yards, and Hamilton, your Wrangler 5-star player of the game, his 3rd 100-yard receiving game here in Little Rock. Had a 164-yard breakout game last year versus LSU, and Greg Childs went down with that injury. Mitchell, the keeper, and another touchdown. That one from 14 yards out. And Arkansas is at 51. So Mitchell and Wilson both with touchdown runs from the quarterback position tonight. 52-3 Razorbacks. Arkansas 4 minutes, 28 seconds away from going to 2-0 and maybe continuing their climb.
Max and his son made their way homeward bound when mischievous rain dropped down, down, down. Safety was threatened by every roguish drip. They slipped and slid. They couldn't get a grip. Then along came the Michelin Man, reminding them the right tire changes everything. So with Michelin tires, rainy days weren't so tricky. Stop up to 29 feet shorter than a leading competitor with the Michelin tire. Michelin, a better way forward.
Here's to the things that keep us comfortable. Good friends, loyal dogs, and a pair of great-fitting jeans. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. For long-lasting comfort and value, the right choice is Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Golden Corral's new pan-seared seafood cooking station is now open. Chefs are standing by. It's delicious shrimp made to order. It's tilapia seared to perfection right before your eyes. It's all part of our endless dinner buffet, still for around $10, only at Golden Corral.
Look down. It's high time to make our floor look better and feel softer. How about we start with the guaranteed low price on the carpet, the pad, and installation. Let's get peace of mind for a lifetime. It all adds up to better carpet at a better price and a great-looking room transformed. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get 12-month special financing on carpet purchases when you use your Home Depot credit card.
Sprint introduces America's first 3D phone. Now anyone can watch and shoot video in 3D.
Cut, guys. We're not making effective use of the 3D technology. I think I can help. You stand over there and film Daddy. Volley for serve.
What was that?
That was 3D gold. That's what that was.
Let's make homemade 3D the next big thing. The new HTC Evo 3D. No glasses required. Only from Sprint.
Time to take a look at the storylines across our great country here in college football today. Wisconsin continues to roll. Russell Wilson has found a comfort zone there in Madison. Oregon bouncing back, taking care of Nevada by 49. Andrew Luck and Stanford started slow, and then they just throttled the Blue Devils in Durham. Andrew Luck with 4 touchdown passes, and the first night game at the Big House still going on in a battle of former MAC head coaches. Ryan Kelly at Notre Dame on top by 10. And another kickoff return opportunity for New Mexico. This will be their 7th kickoff return. They've returned the first 6 for a total of 152 yards. Arkansas has just had 2 kickoff returns, 2 for 104 yards. Remember that electric 85-yard return in the first quarter by Marquell Wade. Long from his 4. Goes left and shut down at the 25. And we send it back to Anish in the studio.
All right, Rob, time for AT&T's All-America Player of the Week nominee this Saturday goes to Tennessee quarterback Tyler Bray. He threw for a career-high 405 yards, passed for 4 touchdowns, ran for another score. Tennessee cruising to a 45-23 win over Cincinnati today. Text VOTE to 55862 from your mobile phone to vote and for a chance at a trip to the national championship. Now back to Fayetteville.
New quarterback in for New Mexico, B.R. Holbrook, the junior from California. James Wright, the tailback, to his right. Holbrook lost one up, complete to Wright. Right across the 30, down at the 32. Holbrook, 6'3" junior. Started last year's season opener. Hurt his knee versus Texas Tech. Had surgery in the offseason. Is fully recovered. Finds Kirk. Kirk breaking a couple tackles and moving the pile across the 40 for a first down. Ty Kirk has been very impressive. That's his 5th reception tonight for the Lobos.
At the 41-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for New Mexico.
Tarian Austin now singling things in. There's his numbers as it appears his evening is over. Another completion for Holbrook.
Holbrook's pass complete to
James Wright, tailback.
Tackled by Jerry Mitchell.
Another reception for Wright. That's his 2nd.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Lobos.
2nd and 5 for New Mexico. Approaching 3 minutes left in this one. Wright taken down just inside the 50. Ross Rasner, a junior from Waco, Texas, with the tackle. Now, Rasner's graduating class from high school, 6 people in his graduating class. Total enrollment of his high school, Riker High School, 187. And yet here he is playing in the SEC.
Thought I had a small high school class. We had about 70. 6. How do you field a team with?
Holbrook shotgun. Another completion. Tight end Lucas Reed. Arkansas 103 points through their first 2 games of the season, the most since 1911 in their first 2 games.
This team has got it all set up. I mean, now they just have to go out there and take care of business. They've got this 3-game window. They can get off to a strong start before they get the meat of their schedule.
It's a meaty schedule, too.
It is.
They like their meat here in Arkansas, and they're going to get it. Holbrook lofting one down the left side. Underneath his receiver, complete but out of bounds.
Speaking of meat that they like so much here in Arkansas.
I hadn't noticed.
I got to do a little extra cardio after this trip because I had heard a lot about Arkansas barbecue.
And you ate a lot.
And it lived up to the expectations as well. There were 2 things that lived up to to all the talk that I had heard about. One was the barbecue.
Where did we go?
Went to the whole hog.
Not
twice. But not only that, but the tailgating. The pre-game tailgating lived up to the hype.
The golf course behind the stadium. Another completion, this one to Michael Scarlett. The golf course that was literally between our hotel and the stadium here was deserted yesterday. It had some tape there that were kind of protecting the greens and some of the tee boxes. We didn't really understand what was going on. We went for a run this morning, just shy of 10 a.m. We're starting to fill up pretty good. And then on the tail end of our jog,
it was full.
It was downright occupied. And this, we're talking in the 10 o'clock window for a 6 o'clock local kick.
I mean, we saw DirecTV dishes out there. We saw the biggest grills we've ever seen. There's a few more people. I don't know how they pace themselves if they start at 9:30 in the morning and they're still going 9:30 at night.
That was the thing we said. Hey, people, it's not a sprint here. Another completion. Oh, Holbrook has been very effective since coming on late here. Our Twitter question of the day does not focus around barbecue, although I am getting hungry. Why can Arkansas be this season's Auburn? Danny, you discussed your reasons, and some responses are coming in. The Rev, Joshua, yes, they can. They are that good. Davis would have put them over the top, talking about injured running back Niles Davis. We did not show the tweet from the angry Clemson fan who did not have nice things to say about this Arkansas program.
And we didn't show the tweet from Auburn Dave, who actually said that Auburn has the chance to beat next year's Auburn.
Auburn Dave may have a point.
I'm telling you what, he said they keep putting up 40 points a game and nobody will be able to stop them.
A big home win today versus Mississippi State, coming down the last play. As you see Davis there on the sideline. 4th down and 6 for the Lobos. Holbrook from the shotgun. Behind his running back, who never looked towards his quarterback. And that'll be it for the Lobos on offense tonight. Just 3 points, 66 total plays, 297 yards of offense, just 95 coming on the ground. Texas Tech up next for New Mexico, up next for Tyler Wilson. And the Arkansas team, a home game versus Troy, and then at Alabama.
An opportunity to get the 3rd-string quarterback Brian Buhner into the game. Fortunately, it takes a
False start, 76, offense, 5-yard penalty, the first down.
Buhner, the redshirt freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville losing at home last night to FIU.
I think that's a combination of things. Louisville being down, but FIU has been impressive.
Team on the rise for sure. War Memorial has been emptying for over a quarter. And soon this place will be deserted as Bobby Petrino continues his success here in Little Rock. Arkansas came into the season ranked 15 in the land. They moved up to 14 last week. It'll be interesting to see where they are at the end of this one. 52-3 your final here from Little Rock. Up next for Bobby Petrino and the Razorbacks, a home date next weekend versus Troy. 634, make it 632 total yards of offense tonight for Arkansas. They put 52 up on the board. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For our entire crew, Danny Cannell, Maria Taylor, I'm Rob Stone. So long from Little Rock. Now more coming up from the ESPNU studio.
And we have an update between Vanderbilt and UConn, SEC versus Big East. Vandy's Larry Smith sacked, loses the football. Yowen Smallwood for the Huskies off to the races, 62 yards. Connecticut would go for 2, get the conversion. They lead by 7 with less than 8 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Welcome inside the Sports Center U studios alongside Rod Gilmore and Tom Luganbill. Anish Shroff, a terrific Saturday in college football today. We'll get you back out to Fayetteville to recap that Arkansas game in just a bit. But first, a classic in Athens between South Carolina and Georgia. South Carolina comeback win against East Carolina last week. Georgia that lost to Boise in front of a national audience. Aaron Murray going deep, finding his receiver early. Georgia off to the good start, up 13-7, but a little bit of tomfoolery here by the Gamecocks.
Oh, a fake punt, fake fake. Melvin Ingram, 275 pounds, and he outruns people to the goal line.
Melvin Ingram on the direct snap, giving South Carolina the lead. Back and forth we would go seemingly all day until Aaron Murray makes a mistake. Gamecocks make him pay.
2 defensive touchdowns for South Carolina, plus 1 in the kicking game.
Down 28-20. Georgia not going away just yet. Aaron Murray, 4 touchdown passes in this game. They go for 2, tied up at 28. And then how about this kid, Isaiah Crowell, true freshman. Georgia up 35-31. Here comes SC. They got a pretty good running back, Marcus Lattimore. Crowell's trying to be this year's Lattimore from last year.
Yeah, that was just after Lattimore broke off a big run.
South Carolina now up 3. Jadeveon Clowney, Tom. #1 player in his class, the freshman with an impact play.
Showed some flashes a week ago versus East Carolina. Really came into his own in his second contest versus Georgia today.
Clowney forced the fumble. It was Ingram recovering it for his second touchdown of the game, but Georgia not going away. Murray to Tavares King, 45-42. They got to go for the onside kick.
Guess who? Melvin Ingram.
Melvin Ingram. Solid day all around. Steve Spurrier's squad now 2-0. Mississippi State visiting Auburn. Auburn barely survived Utah State a week ago. Second quarter, maybe first quarter. Yeah, we got a friendly